Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Titletown, some call it, a moniker that many claim. But this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. But see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tar Heels offense will get the first crack at it here. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Scanning the field, it's Criswell. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
The Tar Heels are in the hurry-up. They go to the draw. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team. We're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
The incompletion brings up a second down. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. On third down, going up top. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe of the 48. On second down, looking again to throw. Unloads to the right. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing third and long. Oh, he's looking to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And that's why you got to avoid third and long situations if you're on offense, because the defense knows it's pass, and all these guys are pinning their ears back. They're getting upfield, and you're under so much duress. On top of that, you give up a fumble. That is a huge play for the defense.
First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Open space at the 25. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Looking for a man. It's Milroe. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass, this quarterback getting a little bit of confidence, this passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Tar Heels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. It was the better play there by the defense.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Quick strike complete. Finds a crease at the 20. Afterburners coming. The 40. The 20. Touchdown Tar Heels. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. On to attempt to try. And it's up and good.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
The back goes in motion. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. Going to try to get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness. With some.
And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the
Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Feeling some heat. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. To the air, it's Criswell. Looking for a deep man. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range. You're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man. Everybody on an island. Everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Complete out of the backfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanking the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
And he breaks into the open. The 30. Quarterback gets past the mark. Oh, it's loose. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
God, it was so positive, and you did such a good job scrambling and making a play, but finish it. Finish that play understanding I got some positive yards. let's get down, let's take care of the football. Didn't do a good job at the end of the run.
Here comes the offense on first down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line. Little touch pass to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. Getting some heat. Got it past the marker. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Tar Heels getting set on 1st and 10. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were. Because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Tar Heels have this offense rolling. Looking to move it through the air. Right down the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. To the offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on 2nd. Dropping back, it's Criswell. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Great job on defense. They did their film study. On 3rd down, they're trying to dial up the screen, see if they can get these pass rushers way up the field, but no can do. They get a tackle for loss on the play, now setting up 4th.
And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. Here comes that Alabama offense. Line gets set, first down. Looking for a crease, it's Haynes. He's knocked down in the backfield, he'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Dialing up the 2nd down pass play. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
The offense gets pretty lucky there. 3rd down in your own end. You're throwing to try to get the first. That ball just a little bit late, and as a result, they're lucky that wasn't a pick 6.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. 4th down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, dog.
The Tar Heels want to move quickly. Going to the run, it's Hampton. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, UNC!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And here's the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
To the air. It's Milroe. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Now rolling to the left. That's the 20. He's got space. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Leaves it with the running back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
That's caught. It's Adams. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Trying to get behind the defense. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field, around midfield, going for it the wise move. And the ball is intercepted. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense getting set for 1st down. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. And the Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Second and 10 here. Looking to throw, it's Criswell. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And it's no good. Flag on the field, and the kicker's going to have a little bit shorter distance to work with here.
Defense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out to be able to decline the penalty. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. Takes the handoff, it's Haynes. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And those little chunks keep wanting to cut it when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards on a pop like that. Put you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number one, you got to stop the run.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Buys a little time. He's going to take off. Still on his feet at the 45. Hit the afterburners, kid. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown time!
And that's the danger on defense about playing this guy. You've got to keep him in the pocket. If you let him get outside, he can hurt you throwing it, or he can take off and kill you. And that's what he did right there. Moving forward, they've got to do a better job containing this QB.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Gets it out quickly. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down.
And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Tar Heels headed quickly to the line. On 4th down, going to the air. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position. Here comes that Alabama offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
all you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Finds his man. It's Haynes. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Off play action on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Hampton. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Here comes the hurry up. Off the play fake. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the plays are open. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. And you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football. Not good.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. Not sure what it is, but he's going for it close to his own end zone. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Pressure coming. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? The run up the middle, looking for the score.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Going for 6. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense.
And the defense is going to get 2 for the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Coming after it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Alabama pushing the tempo. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8, they'll leave it with him. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, it's Milroe. Quarterback adapting. Trying to escape and get it himself. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But, man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision. Great play by the defense.
Trying to get to it. It's another safety. Can you believe this? 2nd of the game.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. Here comes that Alabama offense. The best way this offense can say thanks for that 2 spot is by following it up with a score of their own, David.
Really fun when your defense does that. When they get you back.
Open runway ahead. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. They think there's room to run to the right here. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, Bill.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. And the Tar Heels come to the line in the hurry up.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks. That's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response. Just a sack party.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. The give on the inside. They knock him down, and what a disastrous play for this offense. A loss of 10. second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. He wants to throw. He makes a catch. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Fires toward the target. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, it can be tough to throw slant routes, especially in the zone coverage. The timing has got to be so precise and perfect to try to fit it in that window, and they weren't able to do it on that one.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Third in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass. You tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
He'll try to do it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Here comes the option. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They're just treating the entire stadium as if it's 4-down territory. Odd decision here to go for it, 4th and very, very long. At the 45 on his way. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity.
The expressway is wide open. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, North Carolina!
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, when things aren't perfect, he has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
Ready to try the point after. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Back to throw, it's Criswell. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. A big return, they'll mark him down at the 29. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it, unfortunately.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa. These quarterbacks have been spinning that ball so far, but just when you think you got to drop 5 or 6 into coverage, these dual threat QBs can burn you on the ground. I think realistically, the defense that's able to best contain one of those aspects is going to be the defense that breaks serve and finds a path to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Tar Heels will kick it away to start the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes that Alabama offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That's the way you answer your halftime speech. You gave up a lot of points in that first half. What did the defense do? The first possession, you set the tone in the second half. Get the big stop, get the big sack. Really nice answer by this defense.
He'll get rid of it. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. Defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Back to throw, it's Criswell. Fires into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6. Looking for room, it's Haynes. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Running with power. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yards.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Buys a little extra time. He'll throw it. With the catch, it's Bernard.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Buying some time as he moves left. Trying to make magic with his feet. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. To the air, it's Simpson. Starting to feel a little pressure. He'll pull it down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and pass. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Back to pass, it's Criswell. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Running toward the tape. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Tar Heels in the hurry-up. He'll just keep slinging it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
They're trying to get to him, and he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
North Carolina, 26.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Reese, never a doubt. Are you kidding me? He had a 2-yard cushion there. Like, he knew exactly where he was on the field, trying to throw the ball down the field, create some space, right, to make it easier for your play caller. Quarterback gets sacked, but thank goodness it wasn't a safety.
Feeling some heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the offense falls on the ball, but they'll still have to give it up. They're short of the first down. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive.